So many pieces all back together now. What's your vision?
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Pop Culture Galaxy Show. I'm Mark Bridge, and I'm here to talk movies, television, video games, all that. Now, before I start, I never got to a chance on Monday and Tuesday because I didn't do the show those days, but I wanted to sort of like pay my respect to Stan Lee. Like, I'm a huge comic book fan. That's one of the things I love as much as I love movies and video games. So Stan Lee is a big contributor to that aspect of me. The guy is a legend. Like the kind of legacy this man will leave behind will equal to someone like, Walt Disney. You know what I mean? Like he's done so much for the comic book world and the comic book community that like he's forever going to be like thanked for years, decades to come. And especially now that the comic book genre is at a all-time high, maybe not in the printed page, but like for movies and televisions, these characters are transcended so many different mediums that a lot of people are taking note, and Stan Lee's a huge part of that. Creating Spider-Man, co-creating Spider-Man, co-creating Fantastic Four, co-creating X-Men, all those characters. Yes, we acknowledge Steve Ditko and Jack Kirby and all those guys that helped Stan Lee out, but at the same time, like Stan Lee was, he was business savvy, so he knew how to put, a lot of these artists, they kind of did their work for hire. They did their time. They did their creating on a pencil and paper, and then they kind of went home and just like let their art just lie there. But Stan was a guy who wanted to not only interact with the creatives, but interact with the people he's creating for. And because he has such an infectious personality, like people just really see him, as the face of Marvel, as the face of the comic book genre. You know what I mean? No other creator of the comic book universe has ever sort of put themselves out there like this guy has. At least not in the past. Maybe in now a lot of artists are coming out of their shells and a lot of writers are doing this, but he started it, man. And like I said, his legacy will be on par with someone like Walt Disney. Granted, Walt Disney's company is named after him, so he has more for like a bigger brand. But like Marvel, if Stan played his cards right back in the days, he could have owned that shit and probably changed it to Stan Lee's Marvel or something like that. And then you would have like a cemented legacy like Walt. But he's right up there, and rest in peace. He lived a long life, man. He was born Stanley Lieber, and he changed his name to Stan Lee legally. So it became a brand, and man, that guy, he'll definitely gonna be missed. And like I said, I wasn't even sad when he passed. Not like, oh, I didn't care about him, but at 95 he cemented a legacy. Like you can't say, oh man, he went before his time. He did. When he was here, he lived. He lived, and he created, and he created, and he created. Hey man, pour one out. I'm not gonna pour one out now, but here's for Stan Lee. All right, so now we can move on to what we here to talk about, which is movies, TVs, and video games. So let's start with some movie news. Alright, so I'm just going to touch on this a little bit because you can check out my reaction to this trailer, Battle Angel, Alita Battle Angel. You can check out my reaction. I watched the trailer, and But I'll just go over briefly what I thought. Oh my god, I'm so excited for this movie. You have no idea. Like, this movie, uh, James Cameron announced, like, back in the early 2000s that he had the rights to this movie and he's going to make it. He was like this close to making this movie. It was either between Avatar and Battle Angel, right? And this is the only reason Avatar got made. After he was doing his research and development on technology and how to do motion capture properly and 3D cameras properly and all that stuff properly, he for 20th Century Fox, he did like a test. Okay, these are all the stuff I learned, and he did a test. And the test so happens to be an Avatar related. It was 2 characters in Avatar. He wanted to show how far he's come with the virtual technology and mocap and 3D and all that stuff. So he just did like a test, and he used the Avatar as the test. And he showed them, and he said, okay, this is the technology. But while he was shooting that, I guess now he kind of fell in love with that world a little bit more. So it edged out Battle Angel a little bit. And then after he finished this Avatar, I said, okay, now do we have Battle Angel next? And then to come to find out, like, he fell in love with the world so much that he wanted to make 5 more. So then we're like, okay, so then when is Battle Angel coming out? You know what I'm saying? Because he was adamant that he was going to direct it. He doesn't want anybody else to touch it. He wants to direct it. And I'm like, dude, you're getting up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you finish with all these Avatar movies, are you going to have time to do it? You know? And then he announced Robert Rodriguez was taking over, and I was kind of like, oh no, because that means the special effects won't be on par as what he does. Because no disrespect to Rodriguez, like, he does, I like some of his movies, but what he does is he has his Troublemaker Studios, and he does everything himself: the special effects, the music, cinematography, the editing. And even though for like a guy who's trying to become a filmmaker, that might not might not be able to do what he does, but when you look at his film versus the grand scheme of things, like, his is kind of down below. But you give him a pass because he's doing everything by himself. But Star Wars, what did I say? Star Wars. But with freaking James Cameron, this guy, he does everything, right? But he has a huge team behind him, and the special effects and everything is on point. So I wanted Cameron's movie. I didn't want Rodriguez's movie. But thankfully we're getting something in between. Cameron's influence is definitely rubbing off on Rodriguez, because he's using the same kind of techniques that Cameron would use. And going by the trailer, it definitely feels more like a Cameron film and less like a Rodriguez movies, and I'm really thankful for that. So all I gotta say is that I love the trailer. I really dug the special effects that I'm seeing so far, and I can't wait to watch this movie. Alright, so let's move on to the next trailer that we did see. Pixar did something crazy. They dropped a teaser trailer for a Toy Story on Monday. And then Tuesday they dropped another one. And the other one is basically like kind of a reaction to the first, where you get the 2 new characters. In the first trailer you saw one character, Forky, which is basically a spork. And then the second trailer is with the toys, the Ducky, with Key and Peele doing the voices, the Ducky and the bear or whatever. And oh my god, that trailer was hilarious. Oh my god, it was super funny. Oh my god, I can't wait to see Toy Story 4. Now, Toy Story 3 really ended like you could have been the last one. And I really hope this one does well and doesn't tarnish the set. You know what I mean? Because then you'll be like, oh man, they should have ended at 4. I don't know why they continued. But from what the actors are saying is like, this one is even more emotional than the first one, than the third one, which actually I kind of cried on that one. Like but not at the part where people think a lot of people. I heard a lot of people cried when, spoiler alert for Toy Story 3, that a lot of people cried when the toys were about to get incinerated, and everybody was like, "Oh my god, no, I wasn't crying at that part." You know where I cried? When Andy gave the toys away to this new girl, and it's like he was kind of remembering all the times he had with this toy, and then this, and then it was like, oh my god. So I really hope this one does it justice, and I can't wait to see some Toy Story 4. Oh my god, 4 of these movies. The next trailer I want to talk about, forgive me, I'm a little bit under with, I'm just getting over a cold, but whatever, is Fighting With My Family. Now, this is the page from the WWE, her backstory, her true story, how she got into wrestling. She was wrestling with her entire family, and her brother both went out to try out for the WWE, and she made it, not her brother. But the trailer is funny, man. Like, and of course it's produced by Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, so he's in it for a couple of scenes. And it's funny how they use the music from Fast and the Furious. Which one was it? It was Fast 5. This moment, Fast 5, or was it Fast 6? One of them. They used the song from that trailer, and the song from that movie they used in this trailer. And at the end of it, oh my god, it was another dig at Vin Diesel. It was like, oh yes, and I'm Vin Diesel, when Nick Frost's character wasn't convinced that Rock was The Rock. I don't know. It's like, are these two people really beefing and they're not gonna come together? Like, what's going on, man? The Fast and the Furious family are dying. But anyway, this is another movie I'm looking forward to. It's really funny. I'm a avid watcher of the WWE. I've been watching since it was called WWF. I left off for a time and went over to the WCW because the shit was going on over there that was more exciting. But then I came back just in time to enjoy the fruits of the Attitude Era, to see Stone Cold become like a superstar and Rock become the superstar. I came back just in time to witness all of that. And then, of course, WCW got shut down, consumed. And then I've been watching ever since. I dropped off another time again. Like I did drop off when Batista first came around, and John Cena. Before John Cena, I dropped off like right when John Cena just came in the business and he was doing his rap shtick, but I left before he became a superstar. And then they came back right around the time when he was a superstar. Right around the time CM Punk, left. So I never really got a chance to enjoy CM Punk fully. But yeah, Fighting With My Family looks pretty interesting. Can't wait to see it. Now it's time to move on. First, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of all the movie stuff that I talk about. Alright, so now let's move on to some TV news. Alright, we just have one thing to talk about in terms of TV news, but it's pretty huge. Well, at least to me. Of course, Game of Thrones, it sat out this year. Because they wanted time to craft a truly epic finale, and it's only going to be 6 episodes, but they wanted the production of like a big budget movie. This thing is damn near almost $100 million it cost, and one battle alone in this show in one of the episodes, it took as much as one film would take to shoot, like 11 weeks. I think it was 55 day. It was a 55-day shoot. It was longer than the Battle of the Bastards, so it took them that long to shoot the scene. Oh my god! So we thought, like, all right, probably summer. It usually comes out in April. of every year. But it got delayed. Last one, season 7, came out in the summer of 2017. So we are thinking maybe they wanted that much time, so it might come out in the summer as well. And then a lot of people were talking about even later in 2019 because they're working on so much special effects. But it turns out, nope. This season, the final season, premieres in April 2019, and holy crap! So in March we're gonna get Captain Marvel. Now there are two different things, but I'm talking about in terms of like pop culture stuff that we're gonna be able to enjoy next year. So in March we're getting Captain Marvel. Then we go into April. We're gonna be watching some Game of Thrones, and overlapped with that because I'm sure it's gonna take us into May. And then in May we're getting the 4th Avengers movie, and then probably around the week after that you'll have the final episode, very final episode of Game of Thrones. It was just gonna be huge, just as huge as Avengers 4, but on the television side. I'm gonna find a party for that. I'm sure there are gonna be tons of parties for Game of Thrones. I want to find a party. I'm gonna watch it with a bunch of people, react with a bunch of people, man, because I want to experience it with a lot of people. And I think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is probably gonna come on maybe the month after or something like that. I'm sure. But yeah, we have a huge year in 2019 with so much cool stuff coming out, and I can't wait. Oh my god. Hope I live long to see all that stuff happen. Alright, so let's move on to some video game news. So Microsoft, here's the deal with Microsoft. I think they know they lost this generation with the Xbox One. Sony dominated this generation. They dominated with PS2. Then PS3 they faltered, and Microsoft took up that baton and ran with it, and they won that generation. They won, even though by the end of that generation, Sony was damn near like, because once people got over the hurdle of how do we develop for the PS3, and started coming out with banger titles after banger titles. But it was kind of, Microsoft had such a head start, and Sony stumbled out the gate in the beginning. That's why I would say I would give it to Xbox, even though at the end of the day, the better library of exclusive belonged to the PS3, right? So I'll give them. I'll say Xbox took it on that technicality, but Sony learned their lessons from the PS3 and decided to develop a developer-friendly console that still had enough horsepower to differentiate themselves from the competition and was at a price point that we can afford. So they launched that, and they dominated. Xbox, their minds, Microsoft, they felt that hubris. Same hubris Sony felt when they launched the PS3, because they thought they were on top of the world and people could buy their shit. Microsoft thought the same thing. 360, 360 people bought that shit, so they'll definitely buy Xbox One no matter what we put in it, and people didn't buy it. Now, both companies learned their lessons. Hopefully, when PS5 comes out, Sony doesn't go back to their old ways and say, oh, we won last generation, let's do some crazy shit. Learn from that, and Xbox will learn from their faults this gen. And learning from it, they are, because one of the things that Xbox One lacked, other than the same kind of horsepower to tackle with Sony, is they lacked exclusives, right? Sony has so many first-party studios under their belt that they'll always, every year they'll have at least 2 or 3 first-party exclusive games that are quality-wise outshine any other third-party games, right? That's Sony. because they have the first party studios. Microsoft had a little bit, and they weren't really doing anything. But over at E3, it was announced that they acquired a bunch of studios, a crap ton of studios, including Ninja Theory, who at the time developed exclusive titles for Sony. But this is a big get. They acquired Obsidian Entertainment and inXile Entertainment. Now, I don't know inXile that much, because the games that they're known for, I never played. Wasteland 2, Tides of Wasteland 2, Torment, Bard's Tale. Never played those games. But Obsidian, I know about. South Park, Stick of Truth, Fallout New Vegas, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. Like, that's a huge get, right? So all this sort of thing that they're working on in terms of getting all these first party studios is not for this gen. They lost this gen. It's over. Kaputzi. It's done. You know what I'm saying? They'll just do the best they can until I'm assuming 2020 is when they'll probably launch the new consoles. So they're set for next console. Next generation will definitely be the race, the kill. You know what I mean? When PS2 came out, Xbox One the first Xbox just came out, and nobody was sure about this whole Microsoft thing, so they didn't really pay too much attention. It was really between Sony and Sega and Nintendo, and Sega lost, Nintendo lost, PlayStation ruled, right? PS3 came out, but Microsoft stepped their game up and they won. So it was never really a heated battle. Even this gen was not a heated battle. Sony came out and fired on all cylinders, and Microsoft is catching up because they weren't fully prepared for this war. Now, Sony and Microsoft are fully stocked, loaded, barrels ready. That generation, next generation, is going to be the one to watch because both companies suffered from their hubris, right? Both companies are the ones that they both falter because they thought like, okay, consumers are gonna buy anything you put out as long as you give them certain numbers, some specs. Specs is what's gonna sell. No, video games sell, right? And games that people want to play, and games that are value to the console. So if you have a game that is on damn near 50 different consoles, what makes me want to buy your shit? A lot of people don't care about resolutions and frame rates and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You got the few who care about stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if the game it has the best graphics and the best frame rate, but it's not fun, you know what I'm saying? It's not exciting. They're not gonna buy your shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that, both companies learned from that and realized that games are important. Now, I always end up buying both consoles. Even though I don't have the Xbox One X, I do have an Xbox One. I don't play it. I should sell it, but I'm not. I'll just keep it out. Who cares? But I might end up buying the two consoles only because they come to play, man. They come to play, and I mark you that the next generation they're gonna have a heated competition. Both companies are gonna have some fire exclusives that you can't get on. But okay, let me temper that because Microsoft is doing something that is pretty weird. Well, not weird. I mean, it makes sense. So this will probably make me not end up getting another Xbox, because what it looks like they're doing is I mean, they're releasing games for their exclusive titles are coming out both on Xbox and on PC. So I have a powerful enough PC, so I don't need an Xbox One X. You know what I'm saying? So if I do want to get an Xbox exclusive title, Forza, for example, I can buy it on my PC. The next Halo might end up being on PC anyway. I mean, Halo 5 didn't come out on PC, but the next Halo might come out on PC, so I might just end up buying it there. Gears of War 5 is going to come out on PC, so I'll just buy it there. You know what I mean? Let's see. But like I said, they come to play though. They come to play. All right. So the next bit of news I want to talk about, the final bit of news, is about the video game awards that Jeff Keighley puts on every year at the end of the year, and the nominees have come out. So I'm actually gonna bring up a list here. You won't see here. I'll just show you my graphics, but you can find it. I'm right now. I'm reading Polygon. I don't really read their websites, but hey, they got the information that I needed, so I'll just scroll through it. But I could just go through, like, I'm not going through esports coach and content creators, whatever. You know, that doesn't matter to me. Pokimane, she's nominated. Holy shit. Indie games, I didn't play any of these games. Donut County, Florence, Moss, The Messenger. Multiplayer games, of course, Black Ops, because it's only a multiplayer game. So multiplayer games, you have Black Ops 4, Destiny 2, Forsaken, Fortnite, Monster Hunter World, and Sea of Thieves. If I have to take a guess, Fortnite is going to win that one. Best ports, FIFA 19, Forza 4, Mario Tennis, NBA 2K19, Pro Soccer 2019. If I had to make a guess, I would say, you know what? I think Forza is probably going to take that one. Forza 4, Horizon 4. Strategy game, Battletech, Frostpunk, never played any of the games. Banner Saga, I recognize those titles, Banner Saga and Valkyrie Chronicles 4. Maybe Valkyrie Chronicles 4. I haven't played those games, so I wouldn't know. Let's skip to fighting games. Street Fighter 5 is probably going to take that. Role-playing games. I didn't play any of these games, but I'm an RPG fan, but I just happened to not play any of these games. Dragon Quest 11, Monster Hunter World, Ni no Kuni 2, Octopath Traveler, Pillar of Eternity 2. Prediction, probably Monster Hunter World. Or maybe Ni no Kuni. Who knows? Okay, now here. Best Action Adventure Game. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Holy crap, that one is hard. God of War is going to take it. Best Action, Call of Duty, Dead Cell, Destiny 2, Far Cry 5, Mega Man. Destiny's going to take it. As much crap Destiny gets, I bet you they're going to take it. Games for Impact, who cares? Best Performance. Best Performance, Christopher Judge, who plays Kratos, Brian Deckard, who plays Connor in Detroit. I need to get that game. Melisanthi, who plays Cassandra in Assassin's Creed. Roger Clark, who plays Morgan in Red Dead, and didn't play that yet. Yuri Lowenthal, who plays Peter Parker, which I'm playing right now. Spider-Man. I bet you Christopher Judge wins that. He's probably gonna get it. Audio design, Forza, God of War, Marvel, Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption, Call of Duty. Maybe Call of Duty, because all the guns and explosions. Score! Holy shit, this is my alley. Celeste, didn't play that. God of War, holy crap. Beer McCreary, holy shit, man. He's the composer of Walking Dead, by the way. Spider-Man, I like it. Spider-Man has this really heroic theme, so Ni no Kuni, didn't hear that one. Red Dead Redemption 2, Octopath Traveler. It's probably going to be a toss-up between Red Dead and God of War. I'll give the edge to God of War because the music's in that. So, you know what? They might give it to Red Dead. Fuckers. Art direction, God of War, Assassin's Creed, Octopath, Red Dead Redemption 2, Return of Aubrey Dinn. They probably get art direction. They'll They might give it to the smaller game because of its aesthetic. But you know what? Fuck it. Probably Red Dead. Best narrative. Holy shit. Life is Strange. Didn't play that. God of War. Detroit, which is a straight up narrative game anyway. Spider-Man. Red Dead Redemption 2. Wow, they got some tough competition. Fuck. God of War. Best game direction. God of War. A Way Out. Detroit. Spider-Man. Red Dead. Probably Red Dead. Best ongoing game. Destiny 2. Fortnite. No Man's Sky. Overwatch. Tom Clancy's. It's going to be a toss-up between Overwatch and Fortnite. And Fortnite's going to get it because it's a more popular game. Game of the Year. Big one. Assassin's Creed, Celeste, God of War, Marvel, Spider-Man, Monster Hunter World, Red Dead Redemption. I always said, and I told this before this came out, that the games that will definitely be in the Game of Year contention will be God of War and Red Dead Redemption. And this is before Red Dead Redemption came out. I was like, Red Dead is gonna, because Rockstar, shit. And then when God of War was such a big hit, surprise hit, I was like, all right, damn, this game is on another level. It's definitely gonna be a Game of the Year contention. Monster Hunter is not gonna get it. Assassin's Creed is not gonna get it. I'm not familiar with Celeste, but maybe Celeste will get it because it's on damn near a lot of these categories, so it might win. I would say Red Dead is probably gonna win it. Wouldn't be surprised if God of War wins it, but Red Dead is gonna take it. Alright, so let me know what you guys think of all these topics I talked about today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions or any comments, feel free to email the show at thepgshow@popculturegalaxy.com. That's thepgshow@popculturegalaxy.com. And again, hit that subscribe button. Hit comment below, get the like. Anything will help this channel grow. And I hope you guys love the format that I'm putting on today. And like I said, subscribe. Do whatever, man. So until next time, folks. Peace.